Welcome back. I'm here with Pamela Gerrand to talk about her wonderful poetry. Pamela, thanks for joining me.
Thank you, Peter. It's a joy to be with you today. Thank you for having me.
Wild Echo, how did that come about?
Well, this is an evolution of my songwriting and artistic expression. And I think about 10 years ago, I was writing what I thought were lyrics, and it was a stronger artistic distillation. And I felt a nudge to really start listening. And so I was starting to write poems, many, many poems. And so I've been writing them for 10 years alongside songs, and had many, many poems that I had to choose from to choose 45 for the book, Wild Echo. Yeah, and then spent 5 years, 3 years editing and then 2 years in the process of finding a publisher. So it's been quite a gestation, and I'm very grateful to be here with book in hand now.
You have some Persian poetry influence in it. Just explain that.
Yeah, I've been very influenced by the Persian poets, Hafiz, and particularly Rumi, and it has a Stratford connection. Over 20 years ago, I was asked to sing at a wedding of a couple from Michigan who had come to the Stratford Festival looking for a singer. And they actually auditioned some of us. I was in the acting company then. So I sang at their wedding, and I remember looking down at the table and seeing a Rumi quote on their wedding invitation and the cards on the table. And it was, I have been looking for the lover outside of me when it has been within me all along. I think it was actually more eloquent than that. But I started researching Rumi poetry, and I just love the cadence and romance and beauty and grounded earthiness of Rumi. So Rumi has influenced me, as well as some modern poets, Mary Oliver and David White, Maya Angelou.
Who is your poetry prairie sister?
Ah, that would be Gay Allison. She is a wonderful Stratford-based now editor and poet, originally from Saskatchewan as well, same as me. And we actually met over 25 years ago at an Artist's Way group. Hadn't seen each other for decades. And I saw her a few years ago at Revival House at an event where I had sung and recited some poetry. And we connected then and spent 3 years around a table with many cups of tea. And she helped me edit the book, Peter.
Lovely. And your other Stratford connection is Heidi. How did you get that
Yes.
book brought to market, so to speak?
Heidi Sander. Yes. So I had known of Heidi through the Writers Festival and being a co-artist in Stratford. We'd run into each other many times. And 3 years ago, we sat on a bench by the river, and I brought her my actual manuscript. Gay Allison is very old school and had me print out the book in 8.5 by 11 manuscript form. I handed it to Heidi. She took it home and read it for a month or so, and then said, yes, I would love to publish your beautiful book. And then I was in queue, and then COVID hit. So it took until this year.
Well, Pamela, let's go ahead and hear some of your beautiful poetry.
Writing, a hunger. Words float. The scent of garlic sizzles in the pan. A swoon of butter tilts my tongue toward the page. A hunger like no other. Fingers click on the keys and feel the taste of the poem as it washes through me. Curry crackles. Coriander calms. A sensual blurring where flavors are color and touch is a sound. Seeds popping in the oil and the words landing somewhere between the page and the pan. A hunger like no other. A drumbeat on the door of my heart opens the gates to this music that marries words and scents, an appetite for ink. Sit at the table with this banquet of words. Hear your belly rumble. write it down, and make a feast of your life.
Pamela, it's beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing your poetry. If you
Thank you
want to
for joining
get
me,
your
Peter.
poetry book, where can we find that?
It is available in Stratford at Fanfare Books, 92 Ontario Street, and currently it's available online on my website, which is www.pamelajanegerrand.com.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yes, and it will be eventually available on Amazon, but for now on my website. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. I'm your host, Peter Maranger of What's Up Stratford. Thanks for joining this December show and make it a great day.